When people think of Google Ads, they picture search ads, those sponsored text links that appear alongside organic results in Google's search engine results page. But today, Google Ads is so much more than that. Thanks to advances in AI, online browsing patterns and behavior, and competition with platforms like Meta, Google now offers a whole range of campaigns for you to reach customers across different formats and networks. In this video, I'll break down the key Google Ads campaign types, show you the type of ads each serve, what they look like, and how you can use each campaign type to grow your business. So when you look to set up a campaign in Google Ads, you'll be met by these campaign types. You've got performance max, search, demand gen, video, display, and shopping. And to start with, I'm going to walk us through search campaigns, the most common and well-known campaign type in Google Ads. So search campaigns are going to appear at the top and the bottom of the search engine results page. They're a form of text ads and they're keyword focused. When it comes to e-commerce, we generally bucket them into two types of campaigns, depending on the types of keywords we're targeting. The first is branded and the second are non-branded campaigns. Branded campaigns are campaigns where we're bidding on our own brand name. So let's take Nike, for instance. So when I search for Nike, Nike are serving a search campaign on their own brand name. The reason you do this is to protect from competitors bidding on your brand, stealing traffic that are looking to go to your website. But then the area that's much more lucrative for business who are searching for new customers and growth is non-branded search campaigns. And again, using Nike as an example here, when I search for women's running shoes, Nike are serving a search campaign. So you see the sponsored text here. This is a search campaign. We can tell by the headlines, descriptions, and it also includes a nice thumbnail image. So this is a keyword of women's running shoes that Nike are serving a search campaign for. So taking these two examples, you can see how Nike are using search campaigns to target not just branded terms, but also something like women's running shoes, a non-branded term. So if you're an e-commerce business, this is a really important campaign type that you need to familiarize yourself with. Next on the list are shopping campaigns. And unlike search campaigns, these are not keyword focused, but instead they're more product focused. Google says shopping campaigns allow you to promote your products from Google Merchant Center on Google search using shopping ads. So what it essentially means is that we can serve these types of campaigns. So we know shopping ads to be very much a thumbnail style image followed by a little bit of information here about the product. So we have something called a product title, we have our price, we have things like product ratings and some delivery information as well. For e-commerce businesses, shopping ads are so important. And the reason for that is because when someone searches for a product, instead of just text ads, they see these rich product cards with images, prices, and store information. Just like search campaigns, we tend to split our shopping campaigns into two main buckets. The first is branded and the second is non-branded. And you guessed it, it's all to do with the types of queries that we're targeting. So using Nike once again as an example, you can see Nike running shoes has delivered all these shopping ads to me on the search engine results page. So you can see this is Nike from official Nike store, the same here, the same here, and the same here. So very unlikely for me to skip past all these listings and the search campaign and go to Adidas or any other competitor of Nike. So Nike clearly places a heavy emphasis on branded campaigns. Inversely, we can go across to non-branded campaigns. Once again, searching for something like a women's running shoe. So I have Nike women's running shoe. I also have something from Brooks here, Lululemon, and Adidas. But you can see this listing here is an example of Nike serving a shopping campaign for a non-branded search query. And again, really, really effective for e-commerce businesses because of this rich, informative product card that can be delivered straight to the customer, because customers are seeing exactly what they're getting before they click. And then next up are display campaigns. Display campaigns are image-based campaigns. And essentially what they allow us to do is to serve image-based ads across a whole host of websites and apps on Google's display network. There's over 3 million in total. We can serve, as I said, on either websites or on mobile apps. These are getting less popular than they once were. This still can be effective when done right. So once again, I'm going to keep going back to Nike and using examples from them. So you can see these banner ads from Nike. They'll generally always have some sort of CTA button that will encourage us to click through, that will deliver us to a link of their choice. So in this instance, it might take us through to Nike's kids collection or a particular shoe, like over here, their Air Force Ones with the Shop Now button. Display campaigns are particularly useful when it comes to remarketing. And when set up correctly, we can actually show people the exact products that they previously interacted with on our store. So if they visited a product page or if they added a particular product to cart, we can set up tags that allow us to track this, serve people ads for the exact products that they once interacted with, and therefore really increase the likelihood of them coming back to the store and subsequently completing a purchase. Next up is demand gen. So demand gen is Google's newest campaign type. So it's a blend of image and video ads across a variety of different networks. So Google says drive demand and conversions on YouTube, Discover, and Gmail using a series of image and video ads. So starting with YouTube, this includes things like YouTube Shorts, which are getting increasingly popular for e-commerce businesses because the competition on YouTube Shorts is not as fierce as it is on something like Instagram Reels. So the cost to actually serve ads on that platform tends to be much lower. The next place is over on the Discover feed, and not everyone will be familiar with the Discover feed. Essentially what it is if you open Chrome on your mobile and go to search for a particular query, if you go below the search box, you'll see this feed, and this feed is known as the Discover feed. And within the Discover feed, then you can serve these image-rich ads. And again, you can do it to, depending on your audience and your campaign setup, you can do it to new cold audiences, or you can use it to remarket to people who previously interacted with your store. So lastly, Gmail. So Gmail, your ads appear in the promotion section. So you can see here another example of a Nike ad in the promotion section of your Gmail account. For e-commerce, demand gen can be used for reaching people who might not actively be searching for your products yet, but you can target based on things like interests, life events, or even people who are in market for your product or the types of products that you sell. In that sense, it's not just about capturing demand, but it's also about creating that extra demand on Google. Next up are video campaigns. For simplicity's sake, we're going to call them YouTube ads. So YouTube ads are getting more and more popular, and there's reason for that. They're really, really effective when done right. They can be quite confusing to someone if you're new to the platform. That's because there's loads of different types of video ads that we can serve on YouTube. So I'm going to try and break it down in a simple format as possible. So we'll start with YouTube Shorts. So these are going to be your vertical, mobile first video content, very similar in nature to things like Instagram Reels, as I mentioned. Next up, you have 3 campaign types which serve either before, during, or after videos that you may watch on YouTube. Firstly, we have bumper ads. These tend to be 6 seconds in length, very, very short, and often served at the start of a video. Then we have skippable in-stream and non-skippable in-stream. So very straightforward. You can serve ads in the format whereby the user has to watch all 30 seconds of the ad. And you might be familiar with this if you browse on YouTube a lot, and it might be quite frustrating for you. Whereas a skippable in-stream ad allows you to skip that ad after 5 seconds. So again, these can be served either at the start, middle, or after a video you've seen on the organic page on YouTube. And then lastly, we have in-feed ads, and in-feed ads serve in your feed inside in YouTube. So either you might see it here on, say, the Discover page on YouTube, you might see it in the right-hand side in your suggested watch next. So that's where in-feed ads can be served. And finally, I've saved this one to last with good reason, Performance Max. It's your all-in-one campaign type. And what do I mean by that? I mean that all those campaign types that I previously mentioned, so search, shopping, video, demand gen, display, they're all encompassed within one mammoth campaign type, and that's Performance Max. As I said, search campaigns, so this is Nike serving on non-branded terms, women's running shoes. Once again, we're still Nike, we're serving shopping ads this time on Nike running shoes as a search term. Then we're serving display ads to people who maybe interacted with our website. We're giving them that encouragement to come back and view the website. Demand gen then, so maybe this is inside in the email, maybe this is in the Discover feed, or this could be some image ads over on YouTube. And then again, we have YouTube or video campaigns, which can be serving in any of those placements that I mentioned, YouTube Shorts, bumper ads, skippable, non-skippable, in-feed ads. So the beauty of Performance Max is that it allows a really quick setup to serve all of these campaign types. I would not recommend it for most beginners starting out. And the reason for that is that because you are serving all these different types of campaigns, it can be quite difficult to know which campaign types are working better for you and which are not. So while it's really easy to set up, it can be quite difficult to understand what is working for you on Google and YouTube ads and what maybe is not. So those are the 6 main Google ads types. I'm going to be breaking down each campaign type in excruciating detail very soon. But the key takeaway is this: where your ads show is entirely dependent on what campaign types you choose. If you're running an e-commerce brand, particularly if you're just starting out, say you're moving some additional ad spend over across from Facebook into Google and YouTube ads, my recommendation would be to start with search and primarily shopping campaigns, as these are going to be the 2 most important campaign types for you to scale your Google Ads account. Everything after is a bonus, but if you don't nail your shopping and your search campaigns, you won't be successful on Google Ads. So get those 2 campaign types right first. Don't spread budget too thin, and then layer on those additional campaign types once you're seeing success. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you at the next one.